What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, this week is going to be another variety show where I go back through some of my posts for the week and reflect on them. Changed up the lighting a little bit. I'm going to do my best to to look at the camera more. Um, and I've got a little show and tell in today's video too. Um, some of the posts are a little bit longer, so I'm going to experiment with that, but let's get right into it. So, listening to the Pandora station, Jazz for Studying Radio, has changed my life for the better. I highly recommend fine tuning it to your taste with likes and dislikes. Because for me, I like the more mellow songs on there. I've had to thumb down some of the speedier jazz. And yes, this station has single-handedly changed the quality of my life for the better, the fabric of my existence. Everything seems smoother, jazzier, or as they say in the B movie, you like jazz? So I enjoy listening to it while I write and drive. Some new artists I've discovered are B.G. Adair. Her piano playing is very nostalgic. And if I could play the piano, which I can play 3 chords, which you can get far with that, but if I could really play the piano, like say as well as I could type, like fluently, expressively, I wish I could play like her. Very heartfelt, nostalgic. So a good place to start with a B.G. Adair would be to listen to her song Old Cape Cod. And all the songs I'm going to recommend you can find on YouTube as well. So another great saxophonist, Houston Person. He is so soulful, and the microphone they put on his saxophone is amazing. It sounds like you're at a classy restaurant with the love of your life, and someone picks up a saxophone and starts playing just for you. So listen to Too Late Now, What a Difference a Day Makes, and Put Your Head on My Shoulder, all great songs by Houston Person. And again, the tie in here to writing is when I write, it's really nice to listen to something that keeps you in that creative flow as well. And this station, these songs are things that help me as a writer, and it's just really nice cruising around the city listening to them too. So, Bill Charlap of the Bill Charlap Trio, great, very classy fella. Listen to One for My Baby. That's like a 9-minute song. You can get a lot done in 9 minutes, when you're writing. Very mellow. Oscar Peterson, he has great covers that I like, great style. And listen to Learnin' the Blues, good song. Red Garland, definitely one of my favorites. Listen to his cover of Trouble in Mind. I love that song. Bill Evans, I had known him before, but I really got to know his playing much better than I used to. And listen to I Loves You Porgy outtake. It's just an amazing recording, and when it comes to live recordings, the rendition makes a difference. There's this one that's labeled as an outtake, and there's the classic, in the jazz club restaurant, there's clinking of dishes, and at one point towards the end of the recording, when they're taking their third pass through it, this lady is laughing, and sometimes when I'm listening to very euphoric, happy, upbeat music, I find myself laughing if I'm just doing the dishes or going for a walk, and I'll think I'm lost in thought, but then I realize, the music was actually lifting me to that point. So that's an interesting tidbit from that recording, where it's just like the woman may have been just in a conversation thinking she's laughing because someone said something, but I think the undertone there of the band playing, a particularly poignant song, I think sometimes we're subconsciously influenced by what we're listening to. And all these things I'm recommending, this Jazz for Studying Pandora station, will subconsciously lift and move and help you with your writing flow or whatever you're doing. So, Tommy Flanagan, great as well. Listen to Delarna and Isn't It a Pity? And these songs are some of my favorites, so they have a bit more emotion to them, because you don't want to listen to something that's drenched with emotion while you're trying to write. But the station overall is just smooth, mellow, uplifting, and songs that are way too upbeat or a downer, I will thumbs those down, because I don't got time for that in my life. Stopped listening to sad music, almost 2 years ago. I was just like, I'm not going to negatively program my subconscious. So give it a try for yourself. The Pandora Station Jazz for Studying Radio. Hearing is believing. I love this station so much that I upgraded to the $5 a month Pandora plan just so that this wonderful station wouldn't skip a beat while I'm cruising through the city or writing my next masterpiece. Who are some of your favorite jazz artists, or what do you like to listen to while studying? 10 years ago when I was in college, I liked the band Tycho. They were good for studying, so I might have to get back into that. But what do you like for writing, studying, driving around? That's my recommendation. All right. A little Marcus Aurelius quote for you. Limit yourself to the present. That is so helpful. You can ponder that one for yourself. Limit yourself to the present. And I was doing, in addition to morning pages, I want to get more to content writing first thing in the morning while my hand is fresh. So some days I may opt for a 5-minute gratitude journal I found in the Tim Ferriss newsletter, his 5-Bullet Friday. And one of the questions in the 5-minute journal are, what would make today a great day? And for example, I'm waiting for something to arrive in the mail, and I was like, I could say that, but that's outside of my control. Something I bought. And I was like, well, I can get ready for that, clean up my house a little bit where I'm going to put that thing. It's a mattress. I got a nice new latex foam top mattress I'm excited to try. And I was like, well, I can kind of get, touch up my room, get everything nice and clean. I can't control when it arrives, if it actually shows up today or not, to make my day great, but I can control being ready to receive it. Lesson in there, as they say. So anyways, won't digress too much on that. So limit yourself to the present, limit yourself to what you have control over as well. So, all right. Next up. Why did I blind buy this cologne without ever smelling it? Because Jeremy Fragrance told me to. His YouTube content is great. You can learn a lot about fragrance from Jeremy Fragrance. Very charismatic guy. So I'm intrigued by the consumer phenomenon known as blind buying. When it's enough for one influencer, advertisement, video, post, or cool packaging to get you to pull the trigger and swipe, tap, or insert your card to trade your cash for product. For me, it was two things recently. The Halloween Man X cologne and my iPhone 15 Plus, which I'm recording this video on. So the iPhone 15 Plus for me was all about branding and marketing. Apple is my brand. One of my favorite ads is an old commercial by 1-800-Contacts called Special Eyes. It's on YouTube. If you type in 1-800-Contacts, Special Eyes, it's hilarious. The part that stuck with me to this day is where the guy says in a very melodramatic, near-fainting Shakespearean tone, my brand. So I just love that. So that's that. I was a loyal brand patron. I saw a cringe ad about how eco-friendly their phones are. They had like a long advertisement for it where someone was personifying Mother Earth. It was a bit over the top. And I saw the flashy titanium ads that are like, the 5-second ads on YouTube. But I ultimately made a flash decision in the Verizon store based on my values and past experiences. Apple is a good brand with a good user interface. But the top of the line is usually a little overpriced for what you get. For those percentage increases in quality, you end up paying hundreds or sometimes thousands more. For just a little bit better is what they get you on. So I decided to go a step down from the, I think Pro Max Plus is what the top line titanium is called. Save a few $100 and get a plain 15 Plus. Okay. But I've only ever bought Apple products since getting my first MacBook Pro for college in 2010, which I made last 10 years. And now I've got a 2020 MacBook Pro. And my first hand-me-down iPhone in 2014. I remember when I went to the Verizon store to get my first iPhone set up, or yeah, I think to get it transferred to my number. Um, my dad started driving crazy through a parking lot, like weaving, and I got lightheaded. And to me, that was like symbolic of like, this is my first smartphone. The lightheadedness is partly due to just an erratic driving pattern, twisting and turning through a weird parking lot. But I was like, also, I think my head is spinning because now I have the world in my hands, the World Wide Web. So, and my head's been spinning ever since. Yeah, I'm definitely addicted to my phone. I'm definitely addicted to my smartphone for sure. First thing in the morning. Eventually, I might experiment with using it in different ways, more as a tool, but I'm addicted to my phone. And my new noise canceling headphones, which I'll get to in a bit. Um, so, my decision making process was watching a series of YouTube reviews and shorts that discuss the subtle aromas of this fragrance. For most fragrances I've bought, oh, I'm sorry. What explains blindly buying a cologne without ever smelling it? So again, that was just going off of advertisements, word of mouths. For the fragrances I've bought in the past, I've gone to the mall, to a Sephora or Perfumania, where I sniff enough spritzed paper test strips to kill a tree. Um, and that works quite nicely to close the deal, whether in store or at a cheaper price online later on. Because sometimes the stores will charge twice as much as what you can get on Amazon or something like that. But why did I buy Halloween Man X? I heard all the right words. Halloween is seasonally appropriate. X is the best app ever, formerly known as Twitter. And everyone was saying it had coffee notes. Coffee? Did someone say coffee? Yeah, I'm referencing the crazy fish from SpongeBob yelling for chocolate. So that's me, except for fine coffee aromas. You know, got my coffee here, which I'll be telling you about in a bit. And the price, only $40 for 4.2 ounces. That's nothing compared to the $250 3.4 ounce bottle of Maracay Passion that my brother gifted me at the start of summer. So, yeah, I'm going to jump in here and say this one, great summer fragrance. It's, the green label is appropriate. It's green, fresh, fruity, sweet. When I first got it, I got like a slight like pine note. So I know this one is going to make a big comeback in December for that Christmas aroma, but it's a great summer fresh as well. Maracay Passion Eau de Parfum by Patek Maison. And I got to show you guys, part of the thing of selling quality is you have to sell the experience, the image of premium, elite, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, luxury. You need to sell, everything needs to be luxury. The gold all says that, the scrolling font. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about this packaging because, and again, it's got like a bit of gold on the interior. They're selling that luxury. The box is so nice. You know, I kept it. Partially, I kept it. So here's some copy for you guys, for you copywriters. Here is a paragraph that sells you on the luxury. So each scent, each cloud of splendor that emanates within this case is our Maracay, our love, our passion that we give to you in this fabled flacon. Such intoxicating notes that await. We invite you to indulge. Indulge is a key word. It's an indulgence to spend that much on cologne. In this sensory experience. An experience of fresh accords entwined with an abundant, fruity introduction of tropical and bright citrus. I agree with all that. A bouquet of fresh cut florals establishes an enchanting infusion of serenity. Gently heightened with a velvety vanilla accent under sun-soaked woody branches, leaving a deep-rooted, sensual, and raw experience. To fully delve into even the most minuscule tasks, transforming it with such passionate intention that it becomes so much more than it once was, your identity and legacy. The unpredictable nature that comes from not just leaving your mark, but making it. Live your Marikai and forever reminisce the beautiful moments that define your passion. So that one to me, it sells the experience. And it's also part of the reason language like that. This one I was actually able to smell in person and choose which one I got. It was actually a buy one, get one 50% off, and my brother was feeling generous. So he got another variety of that, I believe, called Bliss, I believe. I'm very happy with mine. Great summer fragrance, great winter, Christmassy fragrance as well. But the language is what sells you on it, because when I describe it at first, I have a bit more limited language. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's got those fresh notes. But when they put those ideas in your head, that's what gets people to blind buy things. So that's why I ultimately bought Halloween Man X, is because people said all the right words. Especially those coffee notes I had to see for myself. And my review of it, I will wear that today. Fragrance of the day. Put some on my wrist there. All right, so now, coming from an eau de parfum, which this lasts a long time, this one is a bit thinner. It's an eau de toilette, but it is spicy, warm, a little bit sweet. It's a bit thinner though, because it's just an eau de toilette, but to me it's a good fall fragrance. Really going to be wearing this one a lot for October and November for the fall, and then probably switch back to Amerikai Passion in December. So yes, it's a warm, spicy fragrance. I'm happy with it, and so blind buying is a gamble. If you're going to buy blind, at least try to use your nose. Honorable mention, this is just about empty. I've got a few drops in there left over for special occasions, because last fall I bought this Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum. They used to only have Eau de Toilette, but the Eau de Parfum in the darker brown glass bottle was their new thing, and I loved it. I always liked, fragrance is a journey for me, so I always want to be trying new things, but this is one I would eventually buy again. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Keeping things rolling here. On the note of, how words can sell, the coffee I'm drinking today is Adido, I don't know how to say it, but it has notes of dried peach, chamomile, and citrus candy. This one's roasted in Bowling Green, Ohio. I should have brought the beans in. The beans are a little on the small medium size. It's a light medium roast, which really lets you get the character of the beans. Starbucks dark roasts the heck out of all their stuff, so it's all pretty uniform. They don't want to take any risks. But the Adido now is saying so pecan, marshmallow, nougat, mosaic hops. And this one is from Yirgacheffe, Ethiopia, roasted on October 2nd, 2023. And I did my usual 3 scoops, and it's a very, lighter, thinner transfusion into the coffee. And to me, it's it's thinner, it's a bit citrusy, but again, the thing that sells you, dried peach, chamomile, citrus candy, that's pure, advertising. Do I truly taste all those things? Probably not. I don't know if you can really train yourself to do that, or if it's purely marketing. But regardless, they sell you on, that. And the only time a coffee truly lives up to having, like, say, berry notes is if it is a natural process where the coffee beans, really seeds, are dried in the coffee fruit. Other than that, what is the... Did it say? Yeah, so these beans were washed, fermented 8 to 12 hours in open air, washed again, dried on raised beds, 5 to 15 days. That's the process for them. That's all well and good, but natural process is going to give you that strong, undeniable berry flavor. So yeah, that's a note of coffee, fragrance, and how nuanced words can sell something or give you an idea of what might be right for you before you buy it. Also helps you to become more mindful, more aware of what you're consuming, to see if you can find those little notes for yourself, or if it was all for sale, all for show. But quality cup, it's good stuff. All right, writing tip Wednesday. Paper roses really smell like, you know, that Outcast song. Talking about paper roses here, y'all. This one is a bit of a long form post, so I'll do my best to look at the camera, but here we go. Writing is supposed to be romantic. Traveling the world, your notebook tucked artfully under your armpit, posted up at your local cafe, sipping your favorite pour-over brew between bouts of measured keystrokes, crafting your latest masterpiece, or letter to a lover. Writing is all about the papier-mâché roses, the romantic, artistic lifestyle. Until the espresso grinder starts screeching. Until the catchy pop tunes in the coffee shop get a little too loud. Until you can't focus enough to write. I'd had enough. Quiet, I wanted to yell. I'm writing here. But rather than yell or quietly resign to be a hermetic recluse in my home study, where I am now, I chose a secret third option, noise-canceling headphones. I recently bought my own pair of Sony WH-1000XM4 headphones. Game changer. The comforting sound of silence, focus, productivity, clear music, comfortable fit. That's my writing tip for the day. Get a pair of noise-canceling headphones. I'm addicted to wearing mine now. I really am. Even when I'm out for walks, canceling out the ambience of like my home furnace, which is in the attic, is running now. Sometimes my microphone picks up that hiss, but even canceling out home appliance noises. When you're out for a walk, just someone's doing their leaf blower. Man, I'm spoiled now. It's such a great thing. So I'd previously tried Skull Candy and Sennheiser over-the-ear headphones, but they clamp down around, my ear, especially down in my jaw area, crushing my skull, too tight, unpleasant to wear. Now my head is truly in the clouds with these Sony WH-1000XM4s. Soft, comfortable, putting me in a focused state of mind, high above all the noise and confusion swirling around the coffee shop, library, or even the white noise ambience of appliances running in my home. And even at the library, they're supposed to be quiet, but sometimes if a group of high schooler comes in after school gets out, it can get loud, or sometimes librarians will just be talking in the aisle over next from you. So even in a place that's supposed to be quiet, sometimes you become extra fine-tuned to any little noises. So having noise-canceling headphones there just takes it to the next level. I bought mine for $350. This past week, they went on sale for Amazon and at Target for a mere $250. I said lucky you, but Target was gracious enough. I bought mine I think literally last weekend, and then they went on sale for $100 less. Target allowed me to, with my receipt, basically get cash back or like the refund for the sale amount. So saved $100, $107 with tax or something. If you want more writing tips, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Obviously, you can also follow me on Twitter to get them throughout the week for Writing Tip Wednesdays. So, I overcame every writer's worst fear. Most writers are just keyboard warriors, bold and brash, behind the safety of their screens. But I know what they're really afraid of. Showing their face. Letting their audience hear their real voice, not just the carefully orchestrated symphony of syllables that string together a sarcastic sentence. How did I overcome every writer's worst fear? I started a YouTube channel. And furthermore, my years of teaching experience, I knew I never wanted to be a starving artist. So I knew I didn't want to just get like an English degree. And becoming Mr. Miller, as I call it, becoming Mr. Miller, that phase of my individuation was going out of my comfort zone. I'm naturally introverted. So that was another way of like not just being an English major, but doing it where I'm going to be an English teacher. It was a big thing, you know. So overcoming most writers' worst fear. Writing tends to be a more introverted, hobby or skill or career, but teaching, showing your face, it takes it to the next level. So I started this YouTube channel where obviously I boldly display my face and voice in crispy HD quality thanks to my new iPhone 15 Plus and Blue Yeti microphone. Yes, some microphone noises for you there. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what else we got. I am so grateful for my freelance writing mastermind group, which it's 8:56 a.m. now. Got an early start to the day. I'll be meeting with them at 11 o'clock today. Just for accountability, sharing tips, what we're working on, what our goals are. It's been great. Not something I ever saw. Again, being an introvert, more of a prefer to run solo type person. I never thought I'd end up in a mastermind group, but it's been great. And I also got a copywriting coach, which for now, I'm going to let that be my secret sauce. I'm not going to say too much about that. It's got me feeling like Frodo Baggins with all of the wonderful fellowship and wisdom on my very own hero's journey to truly become a writer for a living. Wow. And regarding the hero's journey, obviously Lord of the Rings fits that with my references to that, but regarding a mentor, I think the greatest movie about that is actually Kung Fu Panda, where I believe Po the panda, develops a mentor. There's the classic training montage. Rocky as well. My dad's advice to me when I was starting out as a freelancer was listen to the Rocky theme song, Gonna Fly Now, in the morning, and listen to the Eye of the Tiger at night. So I'll have to get those songs a listen today. But yeah, the hero's journey is in Rocky as well. But working with a mentor, working with a trainer, a coach is awesome. And the movie Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is also a great movie about the hero's journey. And what I like about that is there's this magical map to get to this golden star treasure thing. And they're in this like la la land, fun land, but whoever is holding the map, their subconscious, unconscious mind totally reshapes the entire terrain of this magical forest. And there's this one innocent Chihuahua dog type character where when he holds it, it literally is like a magical candy land, but every single other character who holds it turns into this terrifying thing with horrible caves and dangerous mountains and earthquakes and lagoons. So it's just interesting. Whoever you're on the journey with can really change the fabric of your existence, the fabric of your experience, but also your own subconscious and unconscious mind can change the terrain of your hero's journey, and it's transformative. Journaling is a great way to bring your subconscious to light and to pay honor and homage to your mind, because it works so hard for us, the things we have to write, things we have to do for a living. It's nice to journal, whether it's a full morning page or 3, or if it's a 5-minute gratitude journal. It's nice to honor your mind because it does so much to serve us. So this is a long one today, guys. We got, just one more post actually. A short one. So, what makes you so special? I hate it when people say I look like, and we'll get to that. I call this one, those are my clickbait titles. The more academic title would be Individuating Despite Archetypal Redundancy. That just rolls off the tongue. Individuating Despite Archetypal Redundancy. And I believe I hand wrote this one when I was at the library earlier in the week. So, here we go. Archetypes affirm the notion that there is nothing new under the sun. What is your archetype? Look no further than your profile picture and bio. You're probably not the only person with insert color hair around the age of X who likes to insert hobby and help people with insert your service. Just like I'm not the only guy with brown hair, brown eyes, and cool specs who writes for a living. But you know what? I hate it when someone says, "Oh, you look just like so-and-so." Even if it's a celebrity, most times not flattering. What? Am I replaceable? Am I a clone? No. Nothing and no one new under the sun. It's all been done before, and there's some doppelganger of you on the planet right now, or buried in not so distant history, forgotten even by their descendants, their phenotype reabsorbed into the swirling gene pool, until you came along, bubbling up so merrily out of that genetic jacuzzi. So, if it's all been done before, if it's all one big cliche, why try? Why strive to become all that you can be? Well, because the world does need you. Career archetypes: fireman, teacher, doctor, farmer, lawyer, copywriter, YouTuber nowadays. The only job the world needs one of at a time is the President of the United States. What if there was only one copywriter, one teacher, one firefighter, one bird tweeting into the void on the Galapagos Islands? Those precious archetypes would soon go extinct. So, when it comes to archetypes and individuation, both of these phrases are true. Out of one, many. Out of many, one. So, even if you're not as special as a snowflake as you might have hoped, not the first to do it, not the best to do it, not the only one to do it, you need to keep doing it. One writer isn't enough. One teacher isn't enough. One songbird isn't enough. So, listen to your inner voice. In the age of copy pasta and AI, find yourself. Carve your unique physique out of solid marble. Etch your story into the stone tablets of time. Holler into the void, perchance to hear an echo. Don't replicate, individuate. Become more yourself. And the last thought for the day, man, this is a throwback now that here in Ohio, the seasons have changed. It went to highs of the mid 50s or maybe a high of 60. But last weekend, it was nice and sunny out, and journaling in the autumn sun on my back deck sure hits different. And I took a picture of my journal with this leaf that fell near me when I was journaling, and I said, "This leaf wants to be a page someday." My dad wrote this song called "The Three Trees" based on the story of the three trees that one became a treasure chest, one became, I believe, the boat that Jesus was on when he calmed the storming seas, and the third tree became the cross that Jesus was hung on. So transformation, personification of trees, good stuff. I decided to personify the leaf and say maybe the leaf will become a journal page someday. And shout out to my dad. He painted this featured painting right here. Very energetic. I like the orange for October. Wearing another orange shirt today for the video. I might change these paintings out as the seasons change. Maybe at least once per month to keep things fresh. But yeah, my dad started painting at age 69 and he's been absolutely prolific. My house is overflowing with his paintings. My parents' house are overflowing with their paintings. So you never know. Again, it's going back to Bilbo Baggins. You never know what journey you might start when you're 50. I'm starting this new journey when I'm 31. You never know what journey you're going to start at any point in life. And each season has its highs and lows. And it's always the best of times, and it's always the worst of times. As I say, it's the best of times and the worst of times all the time. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Probably running a little bit longer, but hey, if you get it, you get it. If you enjoy it, I probably should say this in the beginning, but treat it like a podcast, something while you're eating, writing, going for a walk. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be posting, uh, through the week, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. Have a great week.